Hi Gemini, this is your forecast for the month of November 2016. This is a general reading for a Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, or Gemini Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a personal reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, provided on the link at the upper corner. If you have visited my site before, you'll need to clear your browser's cache for the schedule button to function properly. And Gemini, let me just thank you for spending your time with me. I know time is valuable, and I appreciate you tuning into my channel. So the first week of November begins with a concern for the future, the long-term future. So many of you may be working on something that you hope to build that is of lasting value, that is enduring, that brings benefit to you from now into the distance. And this may also have connection to the past. So for some of you this week, there are strong family ties. There's a focus on financial security and the long term. So you could be experiencing some kind of major life transition this week. Maybe you're focused on increasing your income in some way. Some of you are making some major purchases, or you're involved in some important business deals. You're focused on your investments, and maybe you're dealing with big business or family business. For some of you, this is going to have to do with a sense of permanence. Now, because there are strong family ties, maybe you're concerned about your parents in some way. This is going to be a week where you feel very responsible. You feel responsible for taking care of other people, for seeing that things are in order. You feel responsible for making sure that things are in place for the future. So you could be having contacts with people and making, going over some things with regard to your taxes or insurance or savings, pensions, wills, inheritances. Some of you, you're expanding your business, or you're even looking to get out of business. This could be a focus on retirement this week. Maybe you're selling a business. And many of you, this is connected to partnerships. So family business is strongly emphasized, or ties with others. For others of you, there's a celebration of a history of something. So maybe there are anniversaries that are coming up. Maybe there are retirements that are being celebrated, and anniversary parties, wedding anniversaries. Just a look back over the history of something. Now, for others of you, there is something in connection to financial responsibility for others that you may be taking on. So you may be having to take on more than what is your share financially, or you may be trying to branch out and it may be difficult for you to do so. Maybe you don't get the credit line that you were hoping for, or you don't get the loan that you had applied for, or whatever you do pay for, you're having to pay, a much higher price than you had anticipated. Also, for some of you, this is a health concern, and maybe this is something that has been ongoing, or some inherited illness or some long-term illness or some illness that will affect you in the long term. So this is a week to pay close attention to your health. If it's not you, it could be someone that you're connected to. And so there could be some things crop up that you have to address, allergies or just health issues that maybe, weren't a problem before, but now they are. So for others of you, again, this is a more cheerful note. This is about celebrating the past and into the future. And so for some of you, there's a need for more socializing. Now, the second week, you have the King of Wands. So this is fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If you have strong fire in your chart, this could be an aspect of you. This could be, what the situation calls for. But this person is a very decisive leader. And he's generally a devoted husband or father. This could be someone who is an entrepreneur. So if you are that, or you have a business, or you have some ties to a corporation, maybe this is a person who is connected to that. Also, the previous week, I failed to mention, maybe there's some contact with the government in some way, or planning agencies or large institutions, social systems in some way. But this particular king, he's a generous person, and in many ways, he could be someone that can help you in some way financially. Maybe he's promoting, your cause, or he's doing some marketing for you. Maybe this is a boss or an advisor or a consultant. This could be a business person. This could be somebody who inspires through his leadership and his enterprise. This is a take charge kind of person, and this king is concerned with being in control. So now for some of you, you may be involved in some meetings, or you're having some interviews, or you're, focused on some kind of a dilemma, or there's an objective that you're trying to reach. And for you, things may go better than you had anticipated with those discussions. But for others of you, this is going to be a challenging week. And it's going to be hard for you to take control of a situation. And your temper may very well get fired up. So in which case, your interaction with authority figures is going to prove counterproductive to your cause. Now, this king, is very much his own person. So if this is an aspect of you, maybe you have some growing confidence, or you're in the spotlight in some way. You're letting who you are shine in the public. Maybe you're expressing yourself. And maybe you're being especially creative with regard to your ambitions. Now, if you are operating in the shadow part of yourself, this can be using your power unwisely. Maybe there can be a bit of arrogance or ruthlessness in your ambitions, unyielding and being suspicious. If this is connected to, this could be connected to a love relationship. There is a queen sitting next to this king. But in some area of life this week, you or another person may have taken a gamble on something, and you may have ended up the loser. And whatever has happened could have caused you to take a hit with regard to your self-esteem. You may feel that in some way your personal power has been diminished or stripped from you because of some stroke of bad luck or misfortune. This can also be in the negative, you or another person being very authoritarian, dictatorial, controlling, and blaming other people instead of owning the responsibility for what has happened in a relationship or a partnership. So there could be power struggles that impede your progress because of a lack of accountability, a lack of personal responsibility. Someone may be oblivious or self-absorbed where they're not grasping that. Now, because this king is sitting next to this queen, which is in many ways a polar opposite to him, this person in the 3rd week of November, this queen, she may be drawing out some of the more negative aspects of the king. You know, opposites do attract, but they also tend to trigger the shadow parts of a person. And so for some reason, this queen may be pulling out those traits where this king is being very aggressive or demanding or antagonistic, or, as I said, suspicious. Although, you know, the 2nd week of November, you're going to have very strong intuition, and you're going to be very intense and very passionate about the things that matter the most to you. And so because of that, it's going to drive you to act in ways that you are inspired to do, but also, you know, you could be very fearless and very protective of what you feel is yours. But this very same drive could also push you to be rash and impulsive. So now the 3rd week, we have this Queen of Cups. This is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So this is sun, moon, or rising, male or female. If you have strong water in the chart, it may be you or an aspect of you or an aspect of the situation. So this person is someone who is a very good listener, and she's devoted as well. She's very understanding, she's caring, very visionary, imaginative, creative, very intuitive, almost perhaps psychic. So this is someone that you feel very comfortable talking to and sharing any confidences with. She's very gentle, nurturing. And this is very different energy from last week. Last week was yang, putting it out there. And then this 3rd week of November is yin, this more receptive energy. But it's no less powerful than the other. She is a queen. So this could be a week where you or someone else feels a strong need to either regain or obtain or try to get control of situations, of other people that you feel are essential to your ongoing stability and sense of well-being. And again, because she's very opposite than the King of Wands, the fire energy, he may tend to pull out some of her more negative traits, in which case, you know, she could be, maybe she's unfaithful in some way, or maybe she's overly emotional. Maybe you feel you can't trust this person, or she's not being as sympathetic and she's being dominated by her own emotions and her own concerns. In which case, you know, this is a person who can either, because of her nature, she can create a harmonious environment, or she can create disharmony within the environment. So you may be very strongly infatuated with this person. In fact, to the point where that infatuation is controlling your life in some way. But for others of you, she's having a good influence, and she's changing you in ways that you didn't expect. You're looking at life in a much more positive way, and you're taking a brand new approach to some things. But for others of you, this is a disruptive influence. So if this is an aspect of you, maybe you're trying to retain control over, you know, for some of you, you're trying to retain control over your money, your fortune. or maybe possibilities. For others of you, this is a person who is very mysterious. There may be a need for clarity this week. Now, the last week you have the Four of Cups. And for you, Gemini, you're falling into one of two camps. This could be a week where you feel extremely creative. Your intuition is kicked up in high gear. But for some of you, you're either anxious or you're feeling so fulfilled and so satisfied. You're completely happy. You don't need another thing. And so, you're refusing this cup on the card because you have everything you need. You just can't take anything else. You feel so good about where you are, or you're happy and things are presenting. Because if you feel good about where you are right now this week, there are going to be a number of happy surprises that pop up that are going to offer you the possibility of, gaining materially in some way. And so it's going to require for you to take a leap of faith in some way. For others of you, though, well, and let me say this, these opportunities are both material and emotional because these are cups. So if you're feeling good, a sense of fulfillment, then, there are going to be a number of things that present to you. And you will be capable of deciding whether you want to take those on or not. For others of you, there's a sense of anxiety given what has occurred earlier in the month. And you're going to have to take a leap of faith. You're feeling anxiety about situations, about people that mean the most to you, that you feel provide for your well-being in some way. Some of you are refusing what's being offered. Now, maybe there's something offered from your company, or, something that from a sale, or there's something on offer that you may not want. For others of you, you're so self-absorbed that you're missing opportunities. You don't even see them when they present to you. This is also indicating that you are getting divine gifts. You could be especially intuitive this week. And the universe is offering you the gift of intuition. You're being given symbols, promptings. But whether you're paying attention or not, all depends. Now, some of you are in denial. You're not even looking at what's being offered. You're in denial about it, or you're refusing it. Others of you, you've decided you're not going to take what's on offer because you have the foresight that the universe is giving you, and you see all the possibilities and the challenges that could present before they do. You see the full picture, ahead before others may. And it's going to allow you to make your plans accordingly. So, if you feel a sense of anxiety or doubt, about where you are right now and about what your future looks like, you're going to be questioning whether some of the choices you made or some of the behavior that you have participated in was the right thing to do. And maybe you're grappling with some dilemma and you're just not able to move forward until you handle what you need to handle. You find the truth about something, or you get to the bottom of a dilemma. You won't be able to relax, and you won't be able to take advice from other people because you'll be so focused on solving this dilemma. You won't feel as if you can relax until you are able to do that. So again, maybe you're taking something for granted, or others are in denial, or you're in denial. And some of it is because you're not facing the truth. Your intuition has told you on some level the answer, but you refuse to believe it. You refuse to believe that things have changed in your situation, or that they've already changed. So for you, either way, whether you're being especially creative or you're in denial about something, this could be a week of spiritual awakenings. But for others of you who are self-absorbed and not facing up to something, there is a need for you to be more grounded and more focused on the here and the now. Now, the underlying energy is this Six of Cups. So this is a strong tie to the past. Now, if this is a couple, maybe there's a focus on children. Or maybe this is a focus on a tie you've had to another person for a very long time, maybe since childhood. But the underlying energy connects to the past and old, childhood friends, old friends, former lovers, those that are connected to your past. Now, for some of you, again, this is a month where maybe you are celebrating something that has been, enduring and lasting, and you're celebrating how long it has been in existence. And for you, maybe you're looking at the history of things and you're looking at how much progress that you've made, and you're feeling a sense of gratitude about it. For others of you, you've been dissatisfied about something and you're getting to the truth of something, and situations could very well provide you the opportunity to receive some kind of vindication that has long been overdue to you. Or you may get some opportunity to either receive or express some heartfelt appreciation. But you're going to have situations sprinkled all throughout the month that feel very familiar to you and feel very much like the past. This is a month for you to pay special attention to your dreams, because those are very intuitive for you. And your intuition, again, what you're feeling on a gut level, proves to be uncannily accurate this month. So for sure, you're going to either hear something from someone from your past, or you're going to hear some information about someone from your past. And there could be some things that you feel like you missed out on previously, some opportunities that now come around again for you. For others of you, something has happened in the past, some mistake, some error, some faulty judgment, oversight, indiscretion, that's now going to come up again and to your disadvantage. This could even be a medical issue, something that you haven't been paying attention to, something from the past that now you have to address. So some of you are going to be contacted by someone that you really don't want to hear from, or you're going to have to get in connection with someone that you don't want to hear from, somebody that you probably were hoping that you could avoid. So for many of you, this is going to be a month where there's some kind of transformation, possibly an ending of some sort, or facing the truth about something. Others of you, you go back to that fourth week where the figure is sitting and waiting, contemplating. Some of you may just be waiting in vain. You're waiting for something that's not going to show up. Now, this may have to do with, this couple may indicate a teaching relationship or a mentor-student guide relationship. Or this could be, again, parent-child interaction. Or this is a relationship where there is a great age or role difference. So a partnership or connection where someone is much older, or they hold more stature or power than the other person. And there could be, waiting for information or some reversals in health. But there is a focus on, generally this whole month will be focused on security, finding that sense of belonging, establishment, grounding, and also working on improving things clarifying things, getting down to the bottom of things in order to move ahead and make plans more efficiently. All right, Gemini, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I would greatly appreciate your subscriptions, your likes and kind comments. The more you engage with me, the more I enjoy what I do. For those of you who have already offered your support, please know that I am grateful and committed to you. Have a wonderful November, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.